What's up, everyone? It's Scotty with MoneyVest. So today we are going to be talking about Palantir, ticker symbol PLTR, which has been on an insane rally over the last several weeks, I would say, and it's now trading at well over $20 per share with a market cap of well over $40 billion. I want to run through some other catalysts as to why I believe the stock is on such a significant rally. Not to mention the report that was recently released from one of the analysts on Seeking Alpha that I wanted to run through, which obviously talks about the valuation issue with Palantir at the moment. So hope you all enjoy this video and find it helpful. If you do, make sure that you drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate that. And link to our Discord and Patreon is going to be down below if you're interested in joining. There is a 16% annual discount that's available till the end of this month. And also I want to mention that there are pretty significant sales. TradingView is having a 70% sale right now. So if you want to join, link's going to be down below. That's a Black Friday sale. And we also do have our 4 courses currently on sale, 50% off on all of these individual courses, and bundles are going to be 60% off. And the coupon code is going to be Thanksgiving. So all you have to do is go on the website, add coupon code Thanksgiving, and you will get 50 to 60% off on all of these courses, fundamental technical analysis, and of course the brand new psychology course as well. So link's going to be down below. So first things first, let's talk about the catalyst. So NHS England chooses Palantir for the vital role in $600 million patient data management contract. So the UK National Health Services will entrust Palantir Technologies with the key role in managing patient data as part of the 480 million pounds or $600 million contract awarded this week. And NHS England will confirm that Palantir's joint bid with Accenture to operate in the NHS's new federated data platform has been successful. So we know that, Palantir is very much a B2B business and it has been performing really well. So if you come over to the stock price, and one of the biggest reasons I believe Palantir has been on such an impressive growth or such an impressive rally is because of what we talked about with respect to turning the corner. Okay, when companies turn the corner towards profitability, you see a lot of institutional involvement. I did a video on I think 2 to 3 different companies that we need to watch for 2023. Palantir was one of them. I believe Uber was another one that we talked about that is going to be potentially turning the corner here very soon. So you can see the last 2 quarters have been profitable for Uber. Airbnb we talked about was another company, and then some of the other cybersecurity businesses that we mentioned were Palo Alto Network, which also has turned profitable now. More recently, you can see the last 4 quarters of profitability, and CrowdStrike was another, which is almost on the verge of profitability as well. So you can see the last couple of quarters here generating profits. That is so very important for Wall Street. Like, I cannot put enough emphasis. Like, if you are investing in any business, right? Doesn't matter what it is. If it's not profitable, definitely take a second, third, fourth, fifth look into the business and understand, first of all, how is the balance sheet, right? Balance sheet should literally be, in my opinion, the starting point for any company analysis that you do. So you understand what's the financial health and how long can it survive if it's not profitable. And then if it's not profitable, then how quickly can it turn profitable and execute on its business, right? Because any business, in order for it to be self-sustaining and viable, it needs to be profitable, generating positive cash flows. So Palantir has done that really well. In the last couple earnings, we have learned that they are now turning the corner. They're becoming more and more profitable even on a GAAP basis. And that has, created this big influx, big demand, and lots of volume coming back in, with the market cap now sitting at almost $50 billion. Another reason why I believe there is some potential upside and there has been a lot of momentum up is because of the shorts covering their positions. You can see that the change from the last couple of weeks, it's gone down by 2%. The percentage of shares being shorted still for Palantir is a little bit over 8.5%, which is quite reasonable. I mean, almost a tenth of shares being shorted right now, 155 million shares. That is still a pretty reasonable number. So if the demand comes in from institutional investors on the back of profitability and current short sellers also start covering, that in itself creates a significant demand, which obviously creates prices to go higher, that environment for prices to go higher even further. Now, as prices go up, risk goes up with it, and that's exactly what we're here to discuss. And look, I want Palantir to be successful, right? So Palantir is a phenomenal business, and it's got lots of potential with artificial intelligence and data science. However, we also understand that it's a B2B business, so the scalability is not going to be as strong as something like a Meta or a Google or something. With there's products for B2C, like there's business to consumer product offerings, like Apple, for example, or Tesla, for example. But Palantir is very much dependent on other businesses. Yes, their contract values are higher, but their sale frequencies and their contract frequencies are significantly lower than compared to a B2C model, right? And for those very reasons, we have to consider where the valuation is. We have to look at where the market cap, of course, relative to its earnings and revenues are basically sitting at. And this was from Paul Frank, which basically mentioned Palantir is too expensive, avoid until growth rates expand once again. And one of the things that he mentioned was obviously the overvaluation problem, where at $20 plus a share, the total equity capitalization of Palantir is over $43 billion, now sitting at $47 billion, considering that it's over $21 per share. The good news is the balance sheet is very strong, and that's exactly what I've mentioned before in my previous videos. The balance sheet is probably one of the best ones out there, with nearly $3.3 billion worth of cash and total liabilities sitting under $1 billion, right? So very, very phenomenal balance sheet. Revenues are projected to be just under $2.2 billion for this year, with $520 million in non-GAAP cash earnings. And analysts project that growth rates are going to be around 20% for the company from 2024 through 2025. The worst news is $520 million is in adjusted cash earnings and $475 million in free cash flow over the last 12 months, were basically a function of employee compensation through stock options and awards of $472 million. Using a $520 million in cash adjusted earnings instead of GAAP accounting, the share price valuation still represents a sky high 82 times annual 2023 income. And of course, price to sales basis, we're also trading at closer to 20, 25, around those levels. And the projected 1 year forward P almost 70 times is exceptionally rich. In comparison, most peers are trading at under 30 times earnings as well. So, it really comes down to, again, at the end of the day, really, it's all a question of valuation versus price. Okay. Howard Marks talks about this in his book in a lot of detail. It's again a constant assessment of what value are you getting versus what's the price are we paying. For Palantir, I think $21 is a fantastic price. I mean, we've seen year to date the stock's up 225%. It's actually one of the best performing stocks, and I'm happy for it, right? Because I own Palantir. I love it. Like our community, we've been talking about Palantir for quite some time. And since, December of 22, or literally last year, it is up 260%. So can't complain. Phenomenal growth. But the question now becomes, how much more upside, right? How much more upside does this stock really have? Now, another question we need to ask ourselves is, how long is a time frame, right? How long are we looking out for Palantir? So $46 billion over a 10-year period could seem very, very cheap, but over a 1 year period or 5 year period even, I would argue, could seem very expensive, considering that it's trading at 70, 80, 90 times earnings. And this is on a non-GAAP basis, folks. If we take into account on a GAAP basis, we could be looking at 200, 300 times earnings, not to mention on a price to sales basis, we're looking at 25 to 22 times sales. So for me, like, I wouldn't mind trimming Palantir personally, somewhat around these levels. I certainly would not be adding, right? So my fair value, as you guys already know, is sitting, I think, at sub $10 is what it was. So I'm happy to kind of hold on to the position that I have. Totally comfortable with that, but wouldn't mind kind of trimming a little bit, considering that obviously it's become a bit more overbought, and of course, not to mention over allocated in the portfolio as well. So don't mind taking some profits off the table, considering how much it's already moved higher. It's starting to roll back down under $21 right now, so down almost 2%, but wanted to bring this up to your attention. Let me know your thoughts. And what do you think about Palantir? And look, long term, if the revenue can scale fairly quickly, and look, how quickly can we actually scale revenues here? So let me just do some very quick math on the actual revenue. So let's say $2.2 billion is going to be that number for 2023, and let's just plug in 1.25 here. Okay, 2.75, we're going to do this, and we're looking at, $8.4 billion. So let me just do that here. And by the year 2029, so 8.4 billion. If they grow by 25% in revenues, if we apply for, let's say, a 20% margin, we're looking at $1.67 billion in, let's say, earnings. And if you apply, let's say, a 25 times multiple, we're looking at a $42 billion market cap. And right now it's already trading at a $47 billion market cap. So it's a little bit of a rough estimate, rough calculation, but that gives you the idea and kind of, really explains the valuation aspect to Palantir. But let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Don't forget, there's a lot of discounts and opportunities this week. So technical analysis, fundamental analysis, options, psychology, everything's 50 to 60% off. TradingView also having a 70% Black Friday sale, and our Patreon Discord also is going to be 16% off for an annual basis until the end of this month. So link's going to be down below. We'd love to have you on board. And as always, don't forget to subscribe, drop a like on this video. Happy investing, and I'll see you all in the next video.